Welcome to the Baxter Building.
Ooh.
We do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7 on the dot. No
They
matter
look
what.
they look so awkward, both of them together. This feels like a Disney Plus show right now.
How's that sauce coming?
Ooh, that looks
Yeah, I'll
nice.
be the judge of that.
Oh, he looks good. He looks like the cartoon.
Okay. Okay. Is this guy good or what?
I like it. I like it.
Garlic. Not because it's not delicious. I just want to.
This is the best the theme has ever looked. This is really good. This July.
Before we went up the first time, you couldn't turn invisible.
Oh, okay. So we kind of missed this point.
The best pilot in the world right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking, he means.
And Johnny never caught
No.
fire.
He looks okay as Johnny Storm.
There's always been a rock. Johnny is Johnny.
Hi.
And I am right here. Whatever life throws at us, we'll face it together.
Okay. Okay. I love this old style though. This looks really cool. Galactus. Okay, so have they always just been around? Because what happened to like all the other stuff? Okay, so I just reacted and watched the Fantastic Four teaser trailer, and I really liked it. It looks good. I wasn't as excited by it by the Superman trailer, even though I had a lot of critiques for Superman trailer. Yeah, so for the Fantastic Four, Thing, Johnny Storm, Sue Richards, Invisible Woman, and Reed Richards as obviously Mr. Fantastic. That's the only complaints I would have, is that the two, major characters of the team, Sue and Reed Richards, as far as like Pedro Pascal and the actress playing Sue Richards, like they seemed a little bit awkward on screen, but there was kind of like that nervous, kind of hectic energy to them. So I don't know if that's something that they're doing on purpose or that's coming off on accident. I've watched interviews with them at Comic-Con, just talking to each other. They seem to have a lot of good chemistry off screen, so I do think they'll have good chemistry on screen. It's probably the best romantic version of the Richard couple that we've seen on screen, so that's really cool. So they have like a shot of Joseph Quinn as a Human Torch kind of playing in his astronaut suit, and his sister Sue Storm kind of catches him, and it's like, oh, Johnny's just Johnny. Different from the Chris Evans version, who's more like a playboy, kind of a bad boy playboy kind of thing. So I do think, to me, that's more typical of what I would expect from a Human Torch. The Chris Evans version, from the stereotypical kind of like glance very casually at the comic book and then look at the movie. So Chris Evans to me still fits Human Torch better than Joseph Quinn, even though I think Joseph Quinn is a great actor and I really enjoy him. Him in blonde seems to I can't get over the fact that he's not a natural blonde, and he doesn't really look great as a natural blonde. It looks kind of like painted on. Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm is awesome. She seems to be very elegant, maybe too elegant to be in the role. But again, I don't know much about Sue Storm. I do think Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic is going to be great. I think people are going to really like it. His performance, a little nervous about him. I think the Ben Grimm. So I've seen this actor before. Ebon Moss-Bachrach. He's playing Ben Grimm's Thing. So again, I'm not like really sold either way. I think he's probably going to do great. But I will say, as far as the trailer goes and the movie and the animation, Thing looked amazing. The best he's ever looked. It looks like really just come out of the comic book right into the screen. That looked amazing. Yeah, they actually have some other really cool actors in this movie. So Ralph Ineson is playing Galactus. John Malkovich is in the movie. Natasha Lyonne and Paul Walter Hauser. They have a really cool cast here. I'm really here for it. I think that's gonna be great. But as far as like the team is concerned, yeah, I like the opening shot into the home, and kind of like, again, I guess it's the 60s style that they're going for. But just the way that Vanessa Kirby and Pedro Pascal were walking in that scene, it just seems a little off, a little bit different. Again, they're both great actors, so I'm assuming that was a directorial choice, maybe like a directorial actor choice about how to portray these characters. Then the little robot, I didn't know about the robot before. That was awesome. Again, just being brought to life by amazing VFX. VFX team was great on that. And I think that perspective of having an extra side character, like a robot, like a C-3PO type character, is going to provide an extra dynamic for the movie. But again, the on-screen, off-screen chemistry for Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby as Sue and Reed Richard Storm, or Sue and Reed Richard, is going to be, like, I think probably the best, most tantalizing part of this group's dynamic together. Vanessa Kirby does seem like the mom of the group, and she's already kind of pulling the characters together as one. But again, she's just so elegant. It's just like, I expect like Sue Storm, and of course we had Jessica Alba in the role, who didn't fit Sue Storm at all. So Vanessa Kirby fits her way better. But like, I've always thought of Sue Storm as kind of like a girl next door, kind of like your neighbor who's super smart, kind of mom, soccer mom type character. And Vanessa Kirby is like anything but that. But again, I don't know the comics so well, so please correct me in the comics if you know anything better than me. Because again, I don't know the comics that well. But just my perception of it, how I would have cast the film, I think I would have gone with someone who's more closer to, like, not saying I would cast this person, because I think they've been aged out of this role. But I would have gone with someone more closer to like a Jenna Fisher type of character of casting. That to me is who, like, that's what I think. When I think of Sue Richards, I think more of a Jenna Fisher, Pam from The Office type of vibe. That's just me. I don't think Jessica Alba for sure, and I don't think Vanessa Kirby, but I like her in this role. I think she's doing great, and I really liked her in this teaser trailer. And I was hoping we get the actual trailer, but it looks like we're gonna have to, wait to get the full trailer for Super Bowl weekend. That's probably when we're gonna see it, and everyone's gonna have this huge reaction. The trailer itself didn't have any like crazy flashy moments in the sense of like, oh wow, such as like the Superman trailer. There's a couple of those moments, but we got to see the characters up close. I really like the Thing. I love the way the Thing looks in this movie. I just love the way the Thing looks. Like, the Thing gets kind of discarded off to the side, I think, most of the time, but to me, he's the essential character for this film, or for this group, because of the fact that he has to play it straight for the group and call out all the extra stuff that they do. He has to call that out because his life has changed the most outside of the rest of the group, where the rest of them kind of seemed like their lives were enhanced. His life was kind of decreased in a way because his whole body physically has changed. So I've always kind of had a soft heart for the Thing, and yeah, Ben Grimm, we'll see what happens. I've been a fan of the Fantastic Four team ever since I was a child. I remember watching the cartoon back in the day and just fascinated by them as a team. I like team aspects. I like team superhero groups, and also like the fact that they have, like, they're scientists and they go out and do things. Like, that's the whole point and why they're really meant to be these superheroes in the first place. But I am going to be excited to see how they use Invisible Woman. Storm, she has the ability to turn herself invisible, but she can also project invisible force fields and blasts, right? So I'm going to be interested to see how they use her abilities, because I always like that kind of stuff. I think, to be honest, I think Mr. Fantastic's like power is kind of like, it's okay. Like, obviously in the comics he takes it to like the max level, but in, like, I'm not like scared. Like, if I am a supervillain, I'm not really worried about Mr. Fantastic. I'm more worried about Johnny Storm and Invisible Woman, to be honest, and also the Thing, because the Thing can actually punch the lights out of you. Going back to this trailer, there is a moment where Sue is talking to Reed and trying to like calm him down. It seems like maybe after the accident, they're having their moment where they're feeling down about the situation, feeling sorry for themselves, and Sue Richards has to kind of like bring the group back up and remind them that they've always kind of been this. And I really like these lines that she has there, where she's like, Johnny's always been Johnny, Ben's always been strong, and all this kind of stuff. And really, again, pulling the group together and being that connective tissue, that connective heart for all of them. I think that was great. So that has me excited for this film, that they're going to have an actual emotional touch point, and it won't just be kind of flashy action with no substance. I do think there's going to be a lot of substance here, because they're a family, because they're a team. And I'm hoping that we don't really have to go through like the intro one more time. I think they're going to fast forward it to the part that they already have superpowers and they're already kind of doing things in the world. Another part of the trailer I really liked was there was a moment where Joseph Quinn's Johnny Storm is flying into space, and he's outside of the atmosphere, and you kind of see a shot of him like looking up, and then but the camera's like looking down at him, and you see the earth beneath him. I thought that was a really cool shot. And again, I think Joseph Quinn's going to convey a lot more like emotion for us and give us like maybe a deeper kind of view into the character of Johnny Storm than I think Chris Evans did, right? Not to say Chris Evans isn't a great actor. I just think that at this point in time, Joseph Quinn as an actor has that ability and will bring something different to the role that we haven't seen, even though he doesn't really look the part per se. And then obviously the shot that a lot of people are talking about is the shot of Galactus looking over the Statue of Liberty. So that's really cool because I think in the last film that we saw, the Fantastic Four, and before like the reboot that everyone kind of rejected, we did see Galactus, but he was like the storm that we didn't really see like a full body, if I can remember. But we actually see Galactus as like, you know, envisioned in the comics in full physical form. So that's gonna be really exciting, and how that affects the rest of the MCU, I'm super stoked about that as well. And again, to my question before, I have to look this up, but I'm wondering, because this is like a film in the past, so were the Fantastic Four always around? And then where were they during the Infinity Saga? I don't know. Anyways, but I think Galactus looks amazing, and that shot of like Galactus looking over and dauntedly looking over the Statue of Liberty is a great shot, and it evokes a lot of different emotions. And then of course the shot of the whole team together in their suits, and they're obviously going to fight Galactus at some point. Can't wait for that battle. That's gonna be a fun fight. And you know, again, the team looks great as far as like their costumes and their look. Thing looks amazing. Everyone else looks a little bit awkward, but they all look the part to a certain degree. Again, except for maybe Joseph Quinn. But you know, it looks good. They look like an actual team. This looks like the Fantastic Four that we've been looking and hoping for, and I'm really excited to see this movie. And that's been my reaction and my analysis of the trailer, the teaser trailer. Maybe I'll do a breakdown as well of the full trailer once it gets released during Super Bowl weekend. So look forward to that. If you like this, like and comment below, and continue to stay musty. Take care.